Okay, thanks for joining me in this quick mini training on how to get paid to grow your email list. I am going to teach you how to leverage the power of organic and paid social media to attract ready to buy, pay in full customers. Just a quick hello for those of you that have not met me yet. Hi, my name is Terry, and a little bit about me. I am a Yorkie mom first. So, if anybody says, like, when they think of Terry, they're going to think of Yafa. So, you see there in that picture, that is my child, okay? And I am Team Gryffindor. So, let me know in the comments which house you are in if you know what I'm talking about. And then my favorite food is anything Korean. I am half Korean and I am half black, so I just feel like I get the best of both worlds. But I have to say, I love Korean food so much. So, a little bit of my background, I used to be a blogger. I had a vegan food blog for like 3.5 years. It was so awesome and it was so fun. Yafa was often a model inside of that blog. And I have 13 plus years in digital marketing. My degree is from Cal State Northridge with a marketing degree, and I studied psychology. I have had multiple seven-figure businesses. I've grown millions of followers for so many different clients all over the world since 2015. So I am here today to share a little bit of my brain with you. So let's get into it. All right, let me know in the comments if you can relate to struggling to get your first 100 subscribers, email subscribers, right? But most importantly, when you get your subscribers, none of them buy from you. So you just end up, letting your email list go dormant, okay? You know the power and value of growing an email list, right? But how the heck do you actually grow your email list, let alone get paid for it? So, what I'm going to talk about today is how to do that. How do you actually grow your email list with your targeted audience, and how do you actually get them to pay you? How amazing does that sound, right? So, what I like to teach is, working smarter, not harder. I love the 10x rule. I like to do one thing and get multiple benefits from that. And you can see here, the proof is in the pudding. This is a screenshot of my stats from one of my lead funnels where I have gained almost 2,000 emails for free. Okay. But I made almost $1,400 growing those leads. So instead of me paying 68 cents per email, I got paid 68 cents per email, right? That sounds crazy. So 2,000 new emails immediately paid me out over $1,300. And that basically meant I took a cold lead to a hot customer in 24 hours or less. But if you see here, it got even better. My lead funnel also gave me the ability to take that warm lead or warm customer and then turn them into an even hotter customer where they paid in full in less than 7 days. So I got 3 people to pay in full, all on autopilot. Okay. And mind you, this is just one of my lead funnels. I have at least 8 or 10 lead funnels going at one time. Okay, so I want to show you how to get paid to grow your email list. How amazing would it be if you grew 2,000 emails, but you also made 13 $1,363.20 at the same time? Okay, so let's break it down. So, what I'm going to cover today is the following. We're going to talk about the power of lead magnets that actually provide value. Okay, number 2, we're going to talk about why you should attach what I like to call a tiny or break even offer that is relevant to your lead magnet to your system or your funnel. And number 3, how to promote and drive targeted traffic to it for free. Okay, then all you have to do is sit back and grow your email list, make sales, and establish that know, like, trust all at the same time. Okay. Okay, so before we get into the strategy, let's talk about the biggest mistakes so that we can make sure that you are avoiding it and we are adjusting your mindset. So, the first misconception is that a lead magnet is there to just get emails, so they don't see the value in it as a strategy. We don't want to have this as our mindset because lead magnets are so powerful when they are done correctly. But when a lead magnet is just tossed into the air and there's no intention or care around it, it's definitely going to leave people underwhelmed, and it's definitely going to feel like, wow, you're just doing this to collect my email. So then that lead magnet that, either you give to your customer or that you have received just ends up collecting digital dust. Okay, we don't want that. The next issue is that because we've given them fluff, right? We give out fluff lead magnets that don't provide a value or solve problems. There's 2 issues. One, you start to reinforce that misconception that, oh, you just wanted my email. This lead magnet sucks. But also, if they don't trust you, with giving, if you've given them a fluff lead magnet and you haven't provided any value, what makes you think that they're going to trust you with their dollar? What makes you think they're going to trust you to start spending money with you? Okay, this is why a lot of people are like, oh, lead magnets don't work because they don't end up buying it. But think about it. What did you actually provide them? Did you actually solve their problems? Okay, so are you actually contributing to this problem as well? So the next thing is no tiny break even offer that is relatable to your lead magnet. Okay. So this is something that we're going to go a little bit in depth into it, but I think that this is so important because you're already going to be capturing people inside of your funnel, your email, your lead magnet, whatever. So when you attach the right offer to it, your people are already primed and ready to buy. You've already piqued their interest. They're already, taking action. So not having a tiny break even offer, you are missing out on the opportunity to capture sales right then and there. So the next thing is not having a system or automation that is going to continue to nurture the lead and turn them into a paying customer on autopilot. A lot of times people just collect the emails and, you just never hear from them again. So you are missing out on an opportunity of someone who actually took that step to become a warmer lead, to actually push them over into being a hot and ready pay in full customer. Okay. And so then it leads us to the next assumption, and the next mistake is that when you actually want to create some type of autopilot or some type of system or automation, that a funnel is a super hard, complicated thing. It really is not. To just break it down and keep it simple, it is literally just a series of steps that you take your customers from. They click this, they go there, they click this, they go there, they click this, they go there, and they end here. That is literally it. It is not no complicated system or software or app. It is literally the journey that you are taking them on. Okay. And then the last mistake is the assumption that traffic has to be something that you pay for or that is extremely complicated to acquire. So you just end up giving up too quickly. That is definitely not the case. Okay. So we're going to show you how to fix that so that you don't just end up, with this momentum, build out a lead magnet, start growing maybe a few emails, and then you just kind of give up. And then your email list just starts collecting dust as well. Okay. We don't want to have that. All right, so let's get into the lesson. So the name of the game is to keep it simple and work smarter and not harder. You want to have when you're doing this funnel and doing this strategy, you want to focus on one main offer, one combined system, one combined funnel. Okay, that way you are focusing on traffic and value instead of trying to do different random sales strategies every day and not really even knowing what you're doing or having the ability to troubleshoot or optimize because you're just doing so much. So one central focus, get one thing working before you move on to the next. All right. So how do we do this? I like to call it my know, like, trust funnel flow, because funnels, they have a different meaning depending on, what context you're using it, right? Awareness, consideration, conversion. I'm not going to go into that, difficult marketing language. I'm going to keep it simple. In this context, I use funnels to just basically turn a cold follower into a paying customer and establish my know, like, trust at the same time. So instead of spending weeks and weeks and months of posting content, establishing my authority, going live, trying to make you get to know me and trust me, I can literally do it in one fell swoop. Okay. So know, like, trust funnel flow helps you take a cold lead to a hot customer in no time. So you start, of course, with targeted traffic, which we will talk about. You want to take them on a value-driven customer journey, no fluff. And then you want to have a high converting sales flow that is going to do the work for you on autopilot. Okay, so let's break it down. So the first step is to start with your lead magnet. You only want to have gems, okay? You want to make sure you are providing value. You have to help someone by actually just helping them. So if you make a promise of what the lead magnet is going to do for them, the transformation it's going to give them, then you want to actually give them that transformation. If you feel like you don't have enough information to give someone because you're like, well, if I give it all in the lead magnet, what makes you think that they're going to buy? Well, one, again, it's about learning how to position your lead magnet, but also maybe you need to learn your craft a little bit more, right? You should have a ton of free things that you could give away that actually help someone take the first step and solve a problem so that, guess what? They finally got unstuck. They opted into your lead magnet because they wanted to get unstuck. And if you just basically leave them in the same place they were at, what makes you think they're going to continue to buy? But if you actually help them, then guess what? They're going to want to take the next step, which more than likely is your offer. So a good lead magnet focuses on a problem where your lead is struggling, right? Your follower is struggling, or some type of desire they seek to obtain, okay? And then it introduces your method as their solution. So again, actually help someone get unstuck. So things that you can consider is that, be specific, offer a specific solution to a specific problem or desire your ideal audience has. Don't just have like 10,000 random things. Focus on one transformation. Okay. So in this transformation, it is how to turn how to get paid to grow your email list. I'm not going to be talking about how to grow followers, how to boost your engagement. That's just too much. One specific solution to a specific problem. Then the next thing you want to do is keep it simple. It's always better to make and deliver one big promise as opposed to a lot of little ones. So again, it doesn't have to be this complex thing. Just get them from A to B. Solve that actual problem that you said you were going to solve. Then the next thing is that it needs to be easily consumed. A lead magnet shouldn't be overly complicated or too technical, right? You don't want to teach your audience everything, just enough to help them solve their problem. And then, of course, you want it to be relevant to your offer, to whatever this lead magnet supports, because then when someone gets unstuck, they're going to want to take the next step, which more than likely would be to purchase something from you, okay? Because they trust you. They're like, wow, I got this for free. I can't imagine what's going to happen or what I'm going to get when I actually pay for something. So then the next thing is that I like to attach, after someone opts into my lead magnet, a tiny break-even offer, okay? And again, make it relevant to your lead magnet, make it relevant to your main offer. You're walking them through steps. So if you're going to grow your email list anyways, right, then why not get multiple benefits? Why not get paid? So a tiny break-even offer helps to guide your lead quickly and turn them into a paying customer. Again, it also grows your email list, and it's going to help you cover any break-even costs on advertising, because sometimes people do use paid advertising to generate leads. So when you have a tiny break-even offer, it's going to help offset that ad spend. So it's just a smart strategy to have inside of your funnel. So a tiny break-even offer is something that is just low risk, low barrier to entry, $5, $97, right? And it's something that you're going to offer right after someone opts into your freebie. Okay. And the key is that it must enhance what they already get for free. So it needs to relate to the lead magnet, and then of course relate to your bigger offer, your next offer, or whatever it is. So generally the tiny offer is the next step of what they already got for free. Okay. So when I say enhance, what I mean by that is that if you, let's say you're offering a free content strategy, then maybe your lead magnet could be content templates, because then they have the strategy. Then the next step is that they want to enhance that strategy and already get to work. So then they are like, oh, okay, well, I'm going to buy your templates. Okay. Let's say another thing is like maybe a mindset or manifestation journal prompts. Well, they're like, okay, I'm already in the right space. Maybe the tiny offer could be a meditation, right? So it could be so many things: a custom audit, a more extensive step-by-step PDF, a mini version of your course, swipe files, templates, a relevant product, whatever. But again, make sure that you offer it shortly after your freebie. It enhances what they get, and it's the next step, right? And it falls in line in the journey to your main higher priced offer. So let me show you what it starts to look like. Now, when someone does a lead magnet, they use a traditional funnel like this. We start with the traffic sources here, right? Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, whatever, right? The whole point is that you have talked about your lead magnet. The traffic comes to your opt-in page, where this is where they put their information in. Then they become a lead. Then they get, either the instant access to your download, or it gets sent to them in their email, or both. Okay. That's what most people do. But again, this is not working smarter. It's working harder. And you're also, again, not following the 10x rule, right? We want to do one thing and get multiple benefits. This is the new way that you're going to do it. And it's so simple. Again, it doesn't have to be something complicated. It is just the steps that you are taking your customer on. So again, we start with the traffic sources. We send them to the opt-in page. They become a lead. But instead of going to the download page, instead of straight going to the download page, they're going to see your tiny break-even offer. And they have one of two choices. If they say no, they're not interested, that's fine. They can continue on and go to the download page. But if they're like, oh yeah, because I'm already interested in the freebie, I don't want to miss this opportunity, then they click yes, they go to the order page, they check out, and now they become a paying customer, and they end up back at the same destination, back at the freebie, back at the download page, right? But we've just created a different journey. and now you've made money. Okay, so this works time and time again. Then you move them to a nurture sequence that continues to move them to the next step, which ultimately would be your paying offer, right? We don't want to stop here and just send them the freebie and never hear from them again. We want to continue to nurture them, stay top of mind. This is how you're going to make daily and consistent sales, because not everyone that comes into your funnel or your audience is ready to buy. So if you continue to nurture them and stay top of mind, then every day someone should be reaching the point where they're like, yes, I am ready to buy. And this can happen instantly. Normally, this happens within like the first 5 minutes of someone opting in. They immediately start to buy. And then sometimes from when they are in your lead magnet, bought your tiny offer, then they can convert to your full price offer in as little as 7 days. It's that crazy. Okay, so now we want to promote and drive targeted traffic to it for free. I always recommend driving targeted traffic for free just so that you can troubleshoot and optimize, making sure your landing page works, making sure your messaging works before you start to spend any money. Because once you validate it and you know that you're going to get the conversions that you need, then yes, definitely go and turn on those paid ads and print, sales, followers, email lists, all of that stuff on autopilot. So ways that you can promote traffic could be, if you already have a built-in audience, then leverage your Facebook group, leverage your Facebook page, your Twitter, your Pinterest, your LinkedIn, your TikTok, whatever. You can make an Instagram story. This is just a little script that I made, and who wants a free copy? So anyone that says yes, that they need that lead magnet, then I just DM them. Or you can make a post. So in this post, it kind of has a little bit of a tips, and it's like, hey, if you want more information, then opt into the lead magnet, and then people will comment and say, yes, 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 I want this, I want this, I want this. And I like to also, again, save myself time. So I use ManyChat to automate my responses of sending out my lead magnets on Instagram. And then if you don't have an audience, then guess what? You don't have any issues, because you can go into other people's Facebook groups and borrow their audience. So this is a post that I made in a female entrepreneur Facebook group, over 1,000 comments of people wanting to opt in to this free lead magnet. So there's no excuses. If you don't have an audience, you can go and find them inside of someone else's Facebook group, okay? So action items so that we can get started on getting paid, growing your email list. Either you are going to, step one, create or review your lead magnet. Okay, so if you don't have one, then you're going to create one. If you have one already, then you're going to review it. You're just going to make sure that it actually provides value and it actually solves someone's problem. A good way to know if this is working is that you will get a lot of reviews just saying, oh my gosh, the value of this lead magnet was so good. Thank you so much. I've been transformed. And then most importantly, if they start to purchase and buy your tiny offer or buy your main offer, that is how you're going to know if you're actually providing value. Okay. But then also just be honest with yourself and ask yourself, did I actually help someone get the transformation that I promised them? Number two, you're going to either create or attach a tiny break-even offer. So again, something that is like $5 to $97 that is relevant to the lead magnet, right? And you're going to put that into your system and your funnel. Again, your system and your funnel doesn't have to be that difficult. After someone opts in, you can simply redirect them to your tiny offer, give them an option to say yes. If they say yes, then they can check out. If they say no, then just redirect them to the download page. That's it. Very simple, but attach that tiny break-even offer so that you can start to get paid. Then, now that you have everything set up, the third thing is to promote and drive that targeted traffic to your lead magnet funnel for free. So again, using targeted Facebook groups, right? Borrowing other people's audiences, your Instagram, or wherever you have an audience that you can leverage. And then most importantly, always troubleshoot and optimize. See what type of messaging that you're using when you promote that gets a lot of people interested. See if people are opting in, right? If people are coming to your landing page but they're not opting in, maybe there might be issues. See your conversion rates of your tiny offer. How many people are actually buying? Maybe you can reposition the messaging around your offer or trying something new. Right. And then just seeing how people are reacting to your lead magnet. Are they actually getting value? And then are they getting enough value that they are going to inquire and take the next step so that they can continue that journey along with you? Okay. So that is it for this mini training. If you actually want to go a little bit deeper on this, then I do have a free mini course that breaks down every single step of my lead magnet funnel and just talks about growing your audience, getting your engagement. It really just goes in depth. Okay, like I talked about before, I do not like wasting people's time. I do not believe in giving out fluff I have a wealth of information in my head, so I am so happy to share it as much as I can to help you get unstuck and take your step forward. So as you can see from these testimonials, I get my lead magnets definitely aren't any joke. If I'm going to ask you for your email, I am not going to waste your time. Okay, so I want to actually help you get unstuck, continue along your journey. Okay, and as you can see from my behind the scenes stats, that had no issue with learning how to provide enough value where someone doesn't seem like the lead magnet is something that they can just do on their own, where they feel like, okay, you know what, this is amazing, like I want to continue further on the journey and take the next step with the paid offer. So in this free mini course, I'm going to give you a little taste of how I do this, how I actually achieve turning my followers into paying customers, how I take people from cold to sold in as little as like 24 hours, or let's say pay in full as little as 7 days. Okay, so if you are interested, then join me inside the Followers to Sales mini course. I am going to show you how to turn your followers into paying customers without having to pump out a ton of content and stay stuck on Instagram or Facebook or whatever 24/7. Okay, so all you have to do is go to that link below that you see on the screen, the igaclub.com free F2S mini course, and you will be able to sign up. And you can also DM me and reach out to me if you have any questions while you're doing the course, or if you just want to chop it up and stay connected. So I thank you so much for your time. If you have any questions, just let me know. I am happy to answer them, and I hope to see you inside the Followers to Sales mini course.